and making him immortal is not the duty of God. So if you hand it over to God, God will transfer it back to you. Men chooses their destiny from the way they relate with light. In a while now, I am going to start praying. So how do you relate with light? Very early in my life, at the age of 9, I know that light is everything. If I will not print book, then I will not do any other expenses in locus arm. It's a vow. Why will I leave book and be building main road? Why will I leave book and build structures? My books has gotten to where structure. There are some people, a lot of people who have my books have not even met me. More than 50%. I said more than 50% of people that met them and that have my book doesn't know the way I look. I say more than 50% that have my books in their shelf reading it have not met me one-on-one. John Maxwell's book on me is on my table. John Maxwell is in America and I'm here. Do you know how many people I have given that in leadership Bible? I started buying it when it was less than 20,000. Until now, it's very expensive. Because it's one of the greatest study Bible I know. John Maxwell study. Please, if you're a young man and you're hearing me, and you are of intelligence and clear vision, don't damn your intelligence. Light will never lose value. Excuse me. Whatever that is mined in darkness will never be preserved by God. The presence of darkness is synonymous to doom. Somebody who is dark is doomed. Don't pray for him or her until you lighten him. Prayer does not take away darkness. The impartation of the soul. You know, we have the tripartite. You know, we have the pneuma, we have the soma, that's the body. We have the pneuma, that is the spirit. We have the soka, that is the soul. And then we have the soma, that is the body. Now we have the mind in between the spirit, that is the pneuma, and the sosha, which is the mind, the emotional part of the man. Now all this embodiment are the separations that control light. Pneuma is just Greek. Soka is still Greek, and then soma, his body is Greek. They're all Greek. Now, in between the soul and the spirit is the gate of man to God, and the soul is the gate of man to the body, to the earth. And then the mind is a small part of the soul, the material body, the material aspect. Now, that is where God stores light. And can I tell you something? I'm about to end this meeting. You will go home, lie down somewhere in the night. Your candle will come before God. Now, what happened that time in the night is more important than your prayer in the afternoon. How long do we pray? That is why a praying church is not a winning church. A winning church is a knowing church. I say a winning church is a knowing church. It's a church that subjects people to transformation. It's an enlightenment church. Prayer, very beautiful. Because when I've said we'll give ourselves to prayer and to the word, you need to pray. But light can change who you are. And it speaks for you without taking permission from you. There can be immortality until there is enough light. It's not every light in the soul that can bring immortality. There are so many learned people who are dead. It is because their light couldn't provide immortality. There are so many learned people who are poor. It is because their light couldn't provide money for them. There are so many learned people who are sick. It's because their light doesn't have value to produce healing. Am I saying something? Am I saying something? Church, how many have I shared? Some of you don't need it, you're just sleeping. Somebody who is correct should tell me 32 or 31, 33. 33. Serving God with your ability. I'm about to stop. Ability have to be discovered before service can be rendered. That is my 34 now. Ability have to be discovered. Ability is not God's ability. It's your ability. It is your ability that determines the way God relates with you and the service you do for Him. I say your ability. Your ability. I am sharing 34th time because of ability. I don't want to hide my ability because it is my currency to tap from God. It's my access card. My ability introduces me to God. When Israel came out of the land of bondage, men and women of ability were arranged in front to lead. I said men and women of ability were what? Yet separated by ability. And then who serve who?